The red pill fandom is exactly why women are stepping away from men altogether and kind of leading more into bisexuality, or we're seeing this big shift where women are overwhelmingly having their needs met by other women instead of men. And it's because men, especially those who are like, I want a traditional setup, which is like the overwhelming majority of the red pill fandom, don't really want a traditional setup because they're not a traditional man.
Wait a minute. So the reason that a swath of women are becoming bisexual is because men are watching and paying attention to and indoctrinating RP content? What are you even talking about? See, the majority of men that watch this content, let's talk about initially. Initially, they grew up having an idea about women often painted by rose-colored glasses, that women are sugar spice into everything nice. Something may happen to them within their dating life. Go onto the good old Googles, type in a video, and find my shining face trying to explain more about not only his own nature, but her nature as well. And that's what I think that the large base of RP content creator hate just doesn't understand. The true form of RP is an understanding of both female and male nature. The naysayers that continue to harp on this idea of women bashing or hating women, I just think they're just taking a subset of the extreme versions of it and trying to paint it all with a broad brush. It is as simple as trying to understand nature. There is not anything within life that you should try to do without understanding it first, because it will increase the chances of failure. That's what it is. Trying to understand basic truths, basic biology, and understanding of who we are to become more knowledgeable so we can be happier into the future. Women becoming bi or switching their sexuality because of content that men consume, you must understand that those women are losers, or were probably bisexual to begin with. Imagine a world where men become Peter Gazers and eggplant lickers because the women in their lives are not giving them any attention. Those men were gay to begin with. Nevertheless,
these men accepted the propaganda that was fed to them, that they just had to be a provider and work and be good workers, and that's all they would ever have to do. And so what they did was they went out into the world and they attracted a bunch of masculine women who also fell for the propaganda, who also don't understand their own needs, okay? And they all formed these unionships, and that's why we see divorce is so high, cheating is so high, people are so miserable. Marriage is not what marriage is supposed to be.
It's interesting to watch people like this who don't really understand at a fundamental level what is going on here, try to articulate with their layer of bullshit and hate for something. So I half agree with you. Yes, there are men out there that are in relationships with masculine battle axes of women. I understand that. And we talk about that ish as well. But where? What content creator pushes to men that all you have to do and understand is just to provide, just to work hard? Who is that? The talking points generally surround themselves with understanding yourself as a man, developing your masculinity, building stoicism.
None of these things are traditional unionships. All of these things are wounded masculine energies and wounded feminine energies. And we are seeing men grow more and more bitter towards women because women are tired of having to coach and teach these men who don't want to listen. A masculine man if you don't understand feminine nature. You can't be a masculine man if all you want to do is work instead of romanticize and dive deep into your woman and get to know her and all of those things. And even if you've gotten to know her, how do you expand off of that if you guys are committed to one another, right? Because divine unionship, traditionalism, people don't cheat. People are obsessed with each other. Divine unionship, divine masculines, divine feminines, when they're connected in the 3D, the 4D, and the 5D.
What is the 4D? What is the 5D? You see, this is why you have to take what content creators like this say with an absolute grain of salt. They'll mix in words such as 4D and 5D as if that makes sense, along with words such as divine as if that makes masculine or feminine even better, and expect you to just listen to the drivel and the bullshit and the half-truths that they are spouting. What's interesting, though, is that she's offering that a man has to understand femininity. But guess what, ma'am? That's what RP does. It brings an understanding of not only your masculine nature, but her feminine nature as well. What to look out for to avoid the wounded feminine, right? The women that are so blood-soaked within the feminist, sexually liberated, right? Foodie call, don't need no man, independent woman shit. But then also to be respectful, to protect and provide for a worthy woman that is deeply soaked within her femininity and what those traits even look like. Shit, even on my platform, I will take a look at women's digital footprints and our presences outside of what it is that they portray in person. And I will take a look at the way that they demonstrate themselves, trying to understand if they're playing, acting, or their behavior up on these shows is similar to what she does within the privacy of her own four walls, demonstrating it and putting it out on the internet for public consumption. And I've actually branded those lists of behaviors on my channel. And I refer to them as MTRs, women that are deserving of protection, that are deserving of long-term relationship, if not marriage, that are committed to anti-toxicity, healthy relationships with men, committed to understanding and valuing men, and committed to upholding and embracing femininity. But where in your list of complaints is that version of RP?
Those of you that are in these fucked up relationships or left fucked up relationships and don't want to heal, like those are your karmic relationships. Karmic. And you're trying to make peace with them, and it is stripping you of the very things that you think you want in a traditional. A lot of your guys' hands while I say this. When it comes down to cheating, that's not a man thing over a woman thing. That's a broken human thing.
Sure.
Okay? Because people who are emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually happy and content, they don't cheat. That's why everyone always talks about a honeymoon phase. It's not a honeymoon if you make the honeymoon your entire life. It's not love bombing if love and bombing is consistent, right? But what we see is a whole bunch of people who are not really in love. They're in karmic situations, or they've accepted some type of propaganda. And so by the time they get into it and get comfortable with it, or they start to deconstruct it, they realize that's not really what they want, because it's not traditionalism.
What's so crazy is that, again, this is what she's saying is that people don't understand themselves before they try to get with other people. But that's what RP does, baby. It uncovers the veil. It releases the truth. It helps you understand your biology as a man and her biology. That's literally what it does, ma'am. What are you even talking about? But instead, it's some bullshit that men can't do anything with. Karmic relationships? Karma? You're talking about karma. You're talking about something that's never been proven through use of logic and or statistics, and it's something that is more so tied to spirituality. You can't reach men, logical thinking, masculine men, talking about some karmic bullshit. And it better not be no damn masculine men that I've been there talking about, but MTR karma is real. Oh, no, it's not. There are plenty multimillionaire murderers within this world. These are the same men that ask women about their damn astrological signs, have fun perpetuating the mother, sister, earth, moon goddess bullshit, all that you want, man. Grow up.
And none of it makes sense. It doesn't sit right with the human spirit, and it doesn't sit right with the human. Because when you look at the idea of divine masculine and divine feminine and unionship coming in together, those people are fucking obsessed with each other. And why is that? Because it knows no bounds. You're connected in the 3D, the 4D, and the 5D, right? And a lot of times when it comes to like spiritual fulfillment, a lot of men specifically have been pussyfooting and running from their emotions for so long that it triggers them when they are introduced to something that brings that spark back to life, instead of them just being a good ass fucking worker. And again, wounded feminines, they rely on this idea that men are supposed to be good workers and providers, because women have had to consistently rely on men for relevancy in a society like this that's built in sexism. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with traditional gender roles. It has to do with traditional balancing of energies.
Wow.
It has to do with understanding yourself. It has to do with development. It has to do with walking away from things that don't serve you. It has to do with literally changing the way that you have always lived your life, because it is no longer making you happy or giving you soul fulfillment. you know, it's always coming down to this male loneliness epidemic. But
no, it doesn't all come down to that. I previously dismantled that male loneliness epidemic via content on this channel. And truth be told, it's not a male loneliness epidemic so much as it is a people loneliness epidemic. And that's the reality of the situation. You could talk all you want from the perspective of male loneliness. There's a lot of single ass aunties at the barbecue out here with no man ever coming due to their unrealistic expectations, due to what they think that a real man is, due to them believing in some bullshit like this in regards to karmic relationships in 5D. They legitimately listen to shit like this, and it gets them even farther away from the truth, from reality. And it's a damn shame. Let's finish up.
But the reality is, a lot of y'all just aren't fucking happy. And you're too ashamed to talk about things, or you don't have anybody safe enough to talk about it with, because you're either in a relationship that isn't working for you, or you continue to attract women that you're not actually fucking emotionally and spiritually attracted to. Okay? You need to put the red pills down and you need to start deconstructing who the fuck you are at a spiritual and emotional level, and stop taking it out on women. And women, those of you that are in your wounded, stop pussyfooting around men, okay? Because you want to be seen a specific way and show up as yourself. Because the right man is going to value that and understand you. If you got to chase a motherfucker, he ain't for you. Okay?
Yeah, okay, man. So put the red pills down, but then women, be you, be yourself. There is nothing wrong with you ever. No accountability. What is that? No, you don't need a mirror put up to you. You don't need to fix a goddamn thing. Of course, it's just the man with these pesky red pills. Since when did these men become powerful? Since when did they begin to understand the value that they contribute to the society if they understand who they are and go on a path towards greatness? How dare they? Oh, these videos are so damn pathetic, and it's crazy to me to understand that they have audiences. They have people that will listen to them, their dribble, their bullshit. And really it just comes down to them losing power because men are beginning to wake up against even tones of voices like this. Because I hear a tone of voice like this and I'm just like, ooh, there's no degree of femininity within this. I can never see a feminine woman acting like this, not never. And here's the thing, young ladies out there, if you have the propensity to do this, the weird ass car videos while complaining on shit that you place upon the internet, this is not feminine behavior. This is more wounded feminine behavior. The exact same thing that she's trying to teach other people about. Content like this across the internet needs feedback, critiquing, or criticism because it's just so damaging, right? Imagine being a young lady being told to just show up as yourself while you're already posting half nudes up online, or if you're going out on dates for men for the foodie calls, or always late, disorganized, nasty in your room or your hygiene, and a body count over 9,000. RP gives frameworks for men to be able to work through in understanding all of the bullshit that can be out there so that they can choose correctly while understanding themselves as a man. RP is a response to feminism. It's a response to decades of bad behavior being unchecked. And now, because men refuse to put you up on a pedestal for this type of behavior, you're mad at them. Ma'am, take several seats, calm down, get out your damn car, and go touch some grass. Guys, that's all of my comments here today. Drop me a line down below. What do you think about this piece of content right here? And last but not least, my men's self-development community, we're going absolutely up. I actually just scheduled another weekly conversation coming up here in couple of days, so ensure that you guys are clicking down, signing up, so you can maximize your value in being a part of the Brotherhood. Until next time, YouTube, peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes, you a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a